Hello everyone and welcome back to an Unreal Engine 4 video. Today we're going to be covering the VR mode in the 4.16 version of the editor that's currently available on GitHub. Now, you might be like me, you don't have a Vive and you don't have an Oculus. You might have an Android phone though. And I mean, I've got a kit here. It's a NOLO kit, you may have heard of it, you may not have, that allows me to replicate some of the features that Vive and Oculus have in terms of moving around in VR space. If you don't, you just have if you just have an Android phone, sorry, there's a clever little app called Riftcat or VRidge. I'll put a link to it down in the description, you can find out more about it. But basically it allows you to use your handset device as the display and the gyroscopes inside for the movement and head tracking. Now it can be a bit off because it is all inside the phone, it's not being replicated to any like base stations and stuff. That's where this NOLO device comes in. So if you want to skip all this description of it, you can. I'll put a little timer in the description so you can jump straight towards what we're doing. But so NOLO is essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring what's so great about PC VR to mobile devices. So they've created this kit. Out of shot, you can't see it, but there's a base station up there that's tracking me, and it's using it's like IR sensors and like sonic sensors and stuff. It's got a sonic speaker in it, and instead of these have all got sonic speakers and IR receivers on it. So there's a marker on the top, and that's connected on the USB device, and then the other USB device is connected to my phone, and that's the USB tethering because that's going to give me the best results. And then down here, which I'll turn on in a minute, but there's two controllers. They got triggers, they got a touchpad which is quite responsive. I mean, it's not the best, but the drivers for it are still in beta, so it's a bit iffy at times. There's grab buttons on each side, menu button and a power button. So what I'm going to do, stick the straps on a second. Now I've preset up the editor in VR mode. I've got the code off GitHub, I'll put a link to that as well, and I've had to build it on my computer using Visual Studio Community 2015, and then made a project, yada yada, and now I'm in VR mode, so hopefully this will work. One thing I almost forgot to do is, so while it's on the floor, I mean you might see it on the video, it's already moving around, but while it's on the floor you got to set like the floor height. So there's a button on the top of this marker. If I press it, it will set the floor height, and then it will set my height accordingly when I put the headset on. Yeah, it's all the way up in the sky. Now, like I said before, the NOLO drivers are still in development. They can be very buggy. So when it comes to like height and stuff, carrying over every time, like sometimes the configuration just seems to reset itself and you have to set up room scale again. So I'm just going to turn these controllers on and give a nice little vibration when they turn on, and then they should turn green. Yep, there we go, and now I've got my hands in VR space. Let's just make sure they're on the right hands. Yep, okay. So, okay, now I'm assuming I can't teleport because okay. What's going on there? Weird. Right. So let's see if I can. Okay, so I can use the grab button on the controller to bring myself down. That's cool. I'm assuming I can do that to bring myself forward as well. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So it's essentially like the free camera movement in Unreal Engine 4. I mean, I usually use WASD, but it works. That totally works. So let's see, bring myself to about there. Okay, that's cool. Now the thing is with the NOLO is it's a front-facing base station. There's only one base station. I know people have been asking them to make two base stations and if it work, but you know that's might be a long way off. But at the moment there's only one base station that's front-facing, so I'm essentially limited. You might not see it on the video because it only happens on the device, but when I go like this and the marker comes out of range of the base station, it fades to grey on my screen, telling me that I'm out of range. I can't, I need to get back in range of the base station. There is a ceiling mount option that allows for 360 tracking, but I haven't got around to that yet. Maybe in another video, maybe another time. So this is the VR mode on a non-Oculus Vive setup. So this means, now that this works, hopefully I can I like grab something over here? I can, okay, oh, there we go, hey, look at that. See, that's, so, oh, whoa, ooh, look at that. So that's like a free transform, so I can scale it, I can just move it around in space, and that's pretty cool. Okay, now, so I've obviously got my gizmos here. Do I have like, hang on, let's just move myself closer to this. Now I can move along with the gizmos, but can I just like free grab it? Let's have a go. Aha, I can. Or is that me moving? That's me moving. Okay, I'm moving to the device. Ah. That's okay, can I it's kind of hoping I could just like freely move it. Maybe I can, maybe I'm not doing it properly, I don't know, but let's just move that over there. Right, now, you know, what would a VR developer be without, you know, some windows? So I'm assuming, oh, okay, that was on the trackpad. I was assuming the menu. Oh no, the menu button does bring it up. Okay, that's cool. So Windows and content browser. Okay, cool. All right. Now, I can move the content browser. That's handy. So I can move it into a position. So if it goes like right there, I'm like, well, I need to look there. I could just put it there, and let's put it there. Because another thing is because I'm having to drastically like reduce the resolution a little bit to be able to stream fully in 60 FPS, because that's the highest this S6 can seem to go in this setup. So I need the fluid frames. For that, I've had to like mess around with some of the settings. So it may seem alright on the screen, you may be able to read all this, but it's a bit blurry for me. So the render scale needs tweaking a bit for me to be able to read text. But so I can access everything. I'm not going to, because I know I had a problem before when I was doing a test recording, that if I was to load a model, the video would jump out and would just stick to like the little loading window you get when you're loading an object in for the first time. So I don't know, I don't really know. I mean, there might be an option to like preload stuff like you could in Unreal Engine 3, but I never really needed to until now. There was never an issue. So I mean, yeah, so you got access to all your props here. I mean, yeah, you can close it. Oh, I'm out of the base station range again. Oh, let's just move this here so I can close it. So I can close this, or I can just move it up there. Let's get up there. There we go. Stay up there. Nah, we'll close it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, if you just want to see what else is here. So I can access my world settings. I can create a sequence. Holy shit. So I've probably like I've probably messed the video up now doing that. I mean, if you can still see this, this is pretty cool. So I've got the sequence of window in front of me, but that was pretty much it for now. I just wanted to test this. I want to see how well it worked. So if you want to see how I set this up, sorry if I hit the mic for a second. So if you want to see how I set this up, or you want to know how I set this up, I can do, you know, leave a comment below. I'll run it like do a tutorial. You know, if you have a NOLO, or you know you want to mess around with VR, and you know you think, oh, I'll give this VRig software a go. I know there's Trinus VR as well, but haven't really tried Trinus in a long time, so I don't know how well it works. But so yeah, you know, I'll put a tutorial together if people want me to on how I've got this all set up. And if you want to see me play some VR games using this setup, then yeah, let me know. Just hit it up in the comments, or leave a comment on my channel, or just hit me up on Twitter @FragLevelDesign, same as the channel. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all next time.